I don't know if you heard the cashier, but she said, "Are they all yours?" And I said, "Yes." And that's what I always say, because I feel like it's not right to say, "Oh no, these ones are biological, these ones are adopted, these ones are foster." No, you're staying in my house, you're technically under my care, and I'm gonna just say you're mine instead of exposing any story to random strangers.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and today we're going to be talking about Alicia, or Alicia, one of those. However it's pronounced, we're talking about the Docherty Dozen, and as much as they love to be the go-to place for all things meal prep and food hauls, that's their signature dish, if you like. But there's a darker side to them, and that is the exploitation and exposing of everything to do with their kids. Because didn't you know that their kids are half theirs and half not? I mean, they have bio kids and non-bio kids, and today we're going to find out who's who, because Alicia has kindly informed us, despite her protestations, that she will never do such a thing.
We adopted Alex when he was 5 years old. 6 days later, we found out we were pregnant with Zoe. The next year, we adopted James from foster care, and 2 weeks later, we found out we were pregnant with Dash. The next year, we were asked to take foster care placement of Jason and Jordan, and we eventually adopted the twins. We also gave birth to Bodie and Harley. Then we found out about a sibling group in a residential treatment facility that needed a family, so we adopted Patrick and Bree. And we recently took kinship placement of Deshawn and Nevaeh, and that's how we became the Dougherty Dozen. You're technically under my care, and I'm gonna just say you're mine instead of exposing any story to random strangers.
Good job with doing that then, Alicia. Well done. You'd never expose your kids to strangers, random strangers or non-random strangers. But more so than that, we have the major issue that she has a huge problem with exploiting the kids' medical conditions and telling the whole world everything there is to know about their kids' medical conditions. Because didn't you know that 9 out of 10 kids have medical conditions? I didn't know that until I watched one of their videos, but...
Hey, so 9 of our 10 children are diagnosed with ADHD, as are myself and my husband. So there are 11 of us in this house that are medicated for ADHD. Harley is the only one not with the diagnosis. She's only 2 years old, though.
There's still time then, right? There's still time. Time is on her side to get that badge of honor for ADHD. It's almost as if you actually want your kids to suffer from ADHD, or, you know, why you saying, "Oh, she's only all of my kids suffer from ADHD except for one, but she's only 2, so there is still time," you know.
And we also all of us have the associated sleep issues that come with ADHD. So almost all of us take melatonin if we want to sleep. As a mom to 10 kids with special needs, I have to admit the area that I probably failed in the most was managing and organizing all of their medical information. We have a large list of specialists that we visit on a regular basis, and they all seem to have their own database and way of doing things for their patients. For years, I kept thinking, why can't I have all of this consolidated in one place? Well, the universe must have read my mind, because that's exactly what Consolidoc does. This mom gives it a 10 out of 10 for 10.
And there's nothing like using your kids' medical conditions to do an undeclared ad as well. That just tips everything in the favour of Supermum. Speaking of Supermum, you get up at 5 a.m. every morning, allegedly. I've heard some rather disturbing rumours of you messing with the clock in the background to suggest that you're up actually earlier than you say. But anyway, I digress. Moving on with she's telling us all about the medical conditions and the medicines that her kids take. So just as a side note or a main note, Alicia, you should never show your kids medication on camera. Why do we need to know? Why do we have to be told that your kids are on medication ever or on a constant basis?
Parenting 10 children with special needs means there are a lot of medications, vitamins, and supplements to sort out. While some have medical needs like gastroparesis, many of our children adopted from foster care battle bipolar genetics combined with their PTSD.
I gave you too much credit for thinking that you were going to stop showing your kids medication, and not just that, but an in-depth review of their varying medical conditions. That's very nice of you, isn't it?
I believe that mental health needs are just as important as medical needs. And while society chooses to hold a stigma against mental health medication, I will do whatever it takes for my children to be happy. Hey, so we do have a toddler bed in our master bedroom. There are several reasons for this. One is that many of our children were traumatized before they moved in with us. I want them to know that they can always come to our bedroom in the night if they feel scared and need to sleep in here. The other reason is because 3 of our biological children have a seizure disorder.
They don't. You are kidding me. They have more disorders. It's lovely of you to tell us that, Alicia. Very lovely indeed. Thank you. I'll remember to note that down in my notes and share it with my friends, if that's okay. It's very important information. Thank you.
Our 2 adopted twins have asthma. Whenever the seizure disorders or the asthma are flared up, I prefer that they sleep in our room so that I can keep an eye on them through the night. So it's kind of like an outpatient bed. I guess most families don't have that, but in our large family with 10 kids with special needs, it just works.
Well, it's probably a good job that they do, because after what you've said here on this comment, somebody's commented here, can you do a house tour and show us where all your kids sleep? And you've said yes. What the actual is the matter with you? Why on earth would you ever consider doing a house tour and show where your kids sleep? Are you absolutely insane? Are you that stupid? Sorry, I'm not trying to hate on you, okay? I'm trying to understand you. I'm trying to gather what makes you tick. But what the hell makes you tick when you say stuff like that? That is just ridiculous. Never, ever do that house tour. I bet you've already done it, though, haven't you? I bet it's already filmed, ready to go, and You can't wait to tell us where all your kids have their fits and seizures. Let's get on with it. Went viral on TikTok after posting a time-lapse video of her next level meal prepping skills for her family of 10 children. But there's so much more to Alicia and her family, or the Docherty Dozen as they're known on social media. Since they first went viral, they've added 2 more foster children. All 6 of the Dougherty's adopted children have fetal alcohol spectrum disorders, FASD, a group of conditions that occur when alcohol passes from the mother to her baby through the umbilical cord. FASD can result in a mix of physical, behaviour and educational issues. These kids tend to have very poor executive functioning skills. Alicia, who lives in Pittsford, New York, with her husband Josh, told Today, "Ours have explosive rage and anger issues and trouble with transitioning. There are many meltdowns." Alicia noted that their 16-year-old son Alexander is not a typical teenager, which is common for people affected by FASD. Socially and emotionally, they're not the same age as they are chronologically, so they don't understand the social cues of their peers. Now, so notwithstanding trying to expose all their kids' medical conditions online, on TikTok, YouTube, everywhere else, they're also going to the national media about it. I mean, what the hell is the matter with this woman? Honestly, just keep all this stuff to yourself. You know, some of these kids have issues and medical conditions and complex medical conditions, and you are just putting them all over the internet. It's nobody's business. It really is nobody's business, but you do you.
I don't give it. There's a place downtown where the freaks will come around. It's a hole in the wall. It's a dirty free for all.
Now, I know this is not on topic, but they went to a funeral and then they filmed a TikTok. They actually went to a funeral of, didn't say who, doesn't really matter, but they then filmed a TikTok. Why? Half the kids there didn't look like they wanted to be there, look like they wanted to be in the video, and you are filming a TikTok having just buried whoever. That is beautiful of you, Alicia. Beautiful. I can't imagine having a mother like you. I really can't. So my advice from this, Alicia, would be to tone it down a smidge. Okay, you are coming across as a bit crazy and exposing all your kids' medical conditions and their medication and everything is really out of order, like 1,000,000% out of order. And you need to, calm yourself down, because you are the one that's coming across as needing that medication. Am I right? I'm right, aren't I? Anyway, thank you all so much for watching this video. Go watch this other one because it's good.